taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
They should, use Fridays and Sundays for boxing too, especially now football is over. Of course, this fight got all the advertising in the world because literally his the promoter and one half of the co-main event stays in social media, advertising, whether it's him saying something stupid or otherwise. Of course, the often canceled fight, and now it's finally official between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. It's because now with Jake Paul, it's like, yeah, who are you gonna fight now? It's either you fight a legit fighter or you fight Tyson Fury's somewhat struggle-filled younger brother. Yeah, so honestly, with this fight, because I know we've talked about this fight before, prior to its cancellation. Now, do we still think that Jake Paul can still probably knock Tommy Fury, or is Tommy Fury actually put a beating on Jake Paul? What are we thinking?
Oh wow,
I'm honestly going back and forth. I'm really going back and forth on this one.
Keep going, P.
No, I was gonna say I'm really going back and forth on this one because I think let's be honest. I don't think. I'm not saying I think the world of Tommy Fury. I think he's kind of a club fighter. But I still think he has more technical skills than anybody that Jake Paul has fought.
That's also true.
So he's got a jab. He's got a right. He's got an uppercut. He has more variety than anybody that Jake Paul has fought. And once again, that's not saying much, but he's got the basics down. And against a guy like Jake Paul, that definitely does help him. I could see him boxing well. I know the only thing is that people talk about his competition and he's fought like guys with 100 losses and all that. So I do get that.
Yes, though.
But
Tommy Fury's competition has been like there's niggas who get on fights on World Star that got better comp. God damn.
But yeah, like I said, and then he was doing TV stuff. So it's he's his own little TV social media guy. So it's oh, is he a real boxer? No, but he still grew up in boxing and has the fundamentals. It's just a matter of I'm wondering if this fight will make Fury get up to whatever if he has a second gear, because I don't know, he's got his name on the line. I hate to talk about this, but he really does have his name on the line. He can't come and put up a bad performance because
I think both guys have their name on the lines for against Fury. Obviously, if Tommy Fury loses, no one's gonna take him seriously.
But that's what I'm saying. He's got he might as well be excommunicated from the family if Tommy loses.
Yeah, it's worse for Tommy because
that's what I'm saying.
You come from a boxing family,
yeah,
and it's
come on,
the guys that he fought before, he didn't need to get out of first gear for. Well, I don't even know if he has the second gear, so we won't. I don't even. That's the sad part. I'm
but also I think too because we all saw. We all criticized him when he was on one of the DAZN cards in Cleveland, and he went the distance with someone who was 0-1. Remember, we criticized the fuck out of him.
Wasn't that guy? I think that guy was a sparring partner. I think he was.
Yeah.
He was Jake Paul's sparring partner too. And the thing is, he did put up a bad performance. He didn't look great, but then again, he is going up against a guy that's when you're a sparring partner like that. One of the things that sparring partners know is they at least know to survive and know the little things to get them through a fight, because they're so used to it in sparring. So he didn't look good, Tommy, but you know what I'm saying. That's also, you got to give credit to the other guy for whatever.
Yeah, I could, but it's pretty much it was also supposed to be the assignment, because remember that was the first time they had been really talking about that and Fury. That was supposed to be the assignment. It was okay.
Yeah, he didn't understand the assignment, and I get that. Ultimately, what it comes down to is I'm going back and forth between a Fury decision or a Paul knockout, because I could see Paul landing that right hand. Because Paul is Tommy is still hittable. He's also technically the smaller guy. He can't. He was campaigning at light heavyweight. He's now moving up to cruiser. So like Jake Paul is definitely, and even like they look like when you go see them face to face, Paul is definitely the bigger guy. So, and I can't see him not landing that right hand eventually. So, just a matter of, is he going to get outboxed? He might be getting outboxed until he lands that right hand. So
yeah. Because I mean, either way,
this could be in many ways. This is Fury versus Wilder on a lower level. Like,
facts. That's pure facts. Yeah, because I'm not overly impressed with Jake Paul's like technical foundation. I mean, he's improved, yes, but the only time he's really showed like to really box is against fucking Silva.
But Pat, he's improved, but like I said, has he fought anybody with at least a decent like with a jab? Like that could I don't think anybody that's he's fought has had a good jab.
I mean, Anderson Silva, but this is the thing, like. He was losing like maybe the first 4 rounds to Anderson Silva.
Yeah, he was.
So it's not like he looked good in that fight. It just him being the younger, fresher guy and the knockdown kind of won him the fight. Really, he out hustled Anderson Silva after a certain point.
Well, LB Anderson presents different problems than a Tommy Fury, just because Anderson Silva is very awkward and like has that herky jerky movement that like I could see like why Paul had some issues with him. Tommy's not
really in boxing. He wasn't all that Aki moving. Like Anderson Silva doesn't even box all weird. He's like he almost boxed like a great value Isaac Chalimba.
Yeah, and finally, because I think mostly because because we remember because Silva did get his leg broke like that, so I don't think he doesn't move like that anymore. Like
like
he's just enough. Like
he doesn't move like that, like in his prime, but he still has like a little bit of awkwardness in him. So that's just what I'm saying.
Maybe if you've never fucking boxed before, like, or if you're on Jake Paul's level, like Anderson Silva awkward.
But I mean, we're doing this.
Fucking PJ will whoop Anderson Silva right now. Like fuck.
Absolutely. I'm saying relative to Jake Paul. Like, let me make that clear. Relative to where Jake.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I mean, he picked them shit. He ran out of fights.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happened. But yeah, no, I can see it because I mean, Fury. I mean, with Silva definitely had the movement because Silva, like, for whatever, fights more as a counter puncher. I mean, so that's why it's like he
does, and he's like his movement's only slightly better than Jake Paul's.
Right.
It's an even fight, really.
Yeah, and once Silva did slow down, I mean, Jake Paul was actually able to drop him like he did, So, but yeah, luckily for him, Fury's not Tommy Fury's not much of a mover. Like I said, he's just, if anything, he might be like he probably has his fundamentals down because of his family, though. But it's one of those, and he does have he seems to be strong. Like he has a physique and everything like that. More than Jake.
You see his shoulders?
Yeah, exactly.
When you got action figure shoulders.
And usually they say that niggas with like broad shoulders usually should at least be able to punch hard enough. And like I said, Jake Paul's chin is still. I mean, it's still a question mark to me. Like it's just because, I mean, he only got tagged really by by what's his name,
Woodley.
And was almost ready to quit boxing. Period. So.
Yeah, he was having a Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell moment, but after the fight.
Yeah, exactly. So and then of course, and that was the fight where everyone's like, "Nah, you got to fight Woodley again, bro. Like you could have lost that shit, And then it was a boring fight until he laid you out in taking like the 6th round or whatever. So I mean, for me, I'm gonna give it a shout out. I'm gonna give Tommy Fury, like I'm gonna say that he's gonna win. And I think I'll put it at maybe a 6th round knockout for Fury, and this is only because I'm doing it on the strength that he does actually have a solid boxing background. Even though I haven't been impressed with the quality of his recent wins because he's kind of going to decision with people that he probably I think should have bodied. He should have bodied. And then Jake
for the
Paul,
family and the high level fighters he's been around, Tommy Fury should look a lot better.
Exactly.
He's essentially like a UK version of Mikey Garcia, but without everything that Mikey Garcia has.
Exactly.
Then he's not Mikey Garcia. Then
no, he has the Mikey Garcia situation.
Okay,
meaning that's why I said my first statement was with all the quality fighters that he's been around, he should look better. You know, Mikey Garcia doesn't even like boxing, and he fucking looks like a motherfucker who would be loving boxing.
Yeah, exactly. And his brother, although his brother was a world champion too, in a damn good fight in his own right, was not as naturally as talented as Mikey Garcia was. Mikey made shit look easy. Roberto Garcia did not. So it's like,
yeah.
You know, so
like he made this shit like even Fernando, because and I'll say Fernando Vargas too, because they're all the same camps squad really.
Yeah.
Even Fernando Vargas, like he had the natural talent and he looked the deal, but even he didn't move as effortlessly as Mikey Garcia with shit. Like even Vargas had to try.
Right.
So that's how crazy it looks with Mikey Garcia, but with Tommy, I mean, you're around your dad, your brother, your cousin, fucking Savannah Marshall. Like, you're around all these quality dudes, and it's like, you look like you.
Right.
He loses this.
That's all I'm saying.
He can't come home if he loses this fight.
Yeah, like, I mean, pretty much Tommy Fury would be dead as any type of boxing draw. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, like he would. I mean, depending how bad, like, if it was one of them close fights or whatever, you know, or a fight where there was no action and, you know, just like, someone has to win, it's one thing. But if Jake Paul beats him pillar to post or KOs him, Tommy Fury's career is probably going to be done. And but but that's why I'm giving him a chance. Like, you know, that's the motivation right there. It's like, you shouldn't lose.
His motivation is bigger.
So, LB, did you give your prediction on this fight?
I'm like King P on this one. It's like you wake up back and forth. Like if I wake up on the left side of the bed, it's Fury. I wake up on the right side, it's Paul. I just don't know. And once again, shout outs to Beth. I see him in here. Jake has improved quite a bit, but that jab Tommy has might be a big problem if Paul doesn't do something about it. And I agree with that because Jake Paul doesn't really move his head like that. He's not comfortable with somebody boxing him. And Tommy Fury does have a decent jab when he uses it.
Right.
That might be the key. Like, in all honesty, Tommy could win this fight with one hand. But Jake Paul needs the knockout. Yeah,
because Jake Paul is not known for slipping punches or anything like that. He's not gonna do any of that shit.
And he'll hustle with you if you don't know what you're doing. But Tommy Fury, you've seen this, and I haven't picked against Jake Paul yet, but this might be the time I really have to pick against him.
I think I picked against him for the Silva fight too, and then he won that. Well, although it wasn't a dominating win, but he won it.
Yeah,
I knew he was beating Silva, but this fight, because it's the youth.
Beth, Paul has Jake has improved, but he's like, his fundamentals still leave a lot to be desired. Like,
exactly,
that footwork of his is he falls into his punches. He falls into his punches. I'm just like, I don't know, and like he just covers up. Like he doesn't really slip anything. Like if somebody pressures him, he'll just cover up with the high guard. Like. That's all. Like, I don't know.
Like he has, like you can see he has his familiarity with boxing has increased.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell he trains and he has a certain know-how whereabouts of the ring. But everything King P said, I agree with. Like he's not really moving his head or upper body movement. You know, he'll block decently. He's not rolling any punches or turning or slipping anything. Like. He doesn't have like a dedicated jab. You can tell he's one of those bait jab guys, throw a monster right hand dude.
Yeah, that's all he does. That's
and you could beat him. Like honestly, like anybody who's boxed any decent amount of time in their life, if you able to just get any decent shape, like train for a month, you should be able to beat Jake Paul. Like he's nothing special. Like real talk. Like.
Also, I do forgot. I do forget to mention this because shout out to Jake Donovan because I remember I asked Jake about this, and I feel like this still does play a role in it. I asked him like, "What's the weight for this fight?" And he DM'd me like a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Jake, and he's like, "I have an answer to it. There is a catch weight of 185 is the contracted limit," and that made me think. I'm like, wait a minute, Jake Paul has never fought anywhere below like 190, like 195. I'm like, I wonder if that's gonna play a role in that because he's never really went like, you know what I'm saying, like it's different when you're dropping down in weight. He's not used to cutting weight like that, especially like he's not.
And really have to train.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's gonna play a factor into it because he complained about the weight cutting before too. So. Yeah.
He's always fucking complaining. He complained about the damn Rockman. Remember the 214?
Yeah, no, he did. But you know what I'm saying, like,
God damn, like, can't make this cracker happy.
Yeah, that's the cantankerous cracker.
Yeah, I mean, one of these two is like if Jake Paul's so fucking worried, like, yo, just don't fight on fucking catch weight. Fight at the cruiserweight like you know, cruiserweight is under 200. Fight under between 175 and 200. Pick a fucking weight and fight there. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a whole 30 pounds to damn choose from for opponents.
Exactly.
You want to be light heavyweight, cruiserweight, or heavyweight, or bridgerweight? Good God, like.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're
and if I was him, I'd really just be tacking. Like, I'd be doing bridgerweight fights. I'd be trying to just be like, fuck it, like. You anywhere between 195, 205, come holla at me.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, but
just run that shit. He literally could make a whole division legit.
But fun things too, like I mean, for a guy who's supposed to be the A side of the shit like that, if you're A side and you're complaining about cutting weight, something that you're doing something horribly wrong. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, nah, like, bro, you're
A siding.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like you don't have to. Like, if you're complaining about cutting weight, you're supposed to be controlling the motherfucking like the weight limit. Like they want to fight you. You're in the position where you know they'll bow down like fucking Rockman bow down.
I think it might be nervousness that's out that you hearing. Like, remember, like Tommy's the first real legit in his prime boxer, right? From a boxing family. And Jake again with the. I mean, Beth again with the. Then again, Jake could look much better than we've ever seen from him against a more traditional boxer like Tommy. That sounds a little weird, but it's possible.
It is.
I feel you coming from, but Tommy, he doesn't look like a traditional boxer. He's like, I don't know if y'all remember the Tough Man competitions on FX back in the day.
Hell yeah, I remember them.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's like one step above them, really.
You mean like those 4-rounders, like the king of the 4-rounders type thing?
Yeah. I think Warren, not Warren Sapp, the Bob Sapp was the boss or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I sparred against one of those guys that sparred those Tough Man competitions. Yeah, that motherfucker was a bitch to fight though. I think I had to drop. I ended up dropping dude because dude wouldn't like tone it down. So I remember I had to drop him like one time.
Because he was trying to kick your ass. That's why you up here trying to fucking be all pretty in boxing shit.
I didn't want because I was trying because I'm not a person that goes all out and sparring like that. But he was forcing me to because this motherfucker wouldn't stop winging like roundhouses to my fucking head. So so I baited him into a counter and I dropped him. I lifted him in a quarter, like wobbling. So but he was a bitch to fight, man. Them Tough Man fighters, they don't be
tough, man.
Oh man, good time.
But yeah, that's the vibe I get from Tommy. So it's like he's capable of throwing some jabs and moving lateral movement, and they don't take that much to beat Jake Paul. But if he hits you, you might be counting stars or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jake Paul, this, basically it's one shot to the head. He doesn't go to the body. He doesn't do any of that shit. So it's like,
he throws a little couple body shots. He probably throws a little more body shots than he does jabs, actually. But it's all sparse. Just like you said.
Yeah, so I mean, this is
He
like I
could
said,
do more in every category. That's Jake Paul, and yeah, Android. Yes, he crosses his feet too. Yeah, his whole lateral, like oh my god, like one of you motherfuckers don't take boxing serious and just beat Jake Paul's ass already.
I'm serious. Like I
said,
because if y'all don't do it, I will. Like fuck, like
man,
shit. Like, come on.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out my prediction. I'm like LB. I wake up on the left side, I might pick Jake Paul. I wake up on the right side, I might pick Tommy Fury. Heck, I might wake up, on the middle and pick a draw. Like wake up in the middle.
You might just jump out the bed and pick a no contest.
Yeah,
right.
The clash of heads or some shit in the second round. Just like, oh shit, like.
Yeah, but honestly, we all know. But we all with Jake Paul, we all know his draw is based off him being able to knock out his opponents. Like no one wants to see Jake Paul go the distance. You gotta at least have some draw. Like dude. That's dude. And like I said, this is Tommy Fury. He's an action pro fighter, so it's like he drops Tommy Fury, and the WBC is gonna give him a ranking at cruiserweight, which is wild to me.
and that's the thing. That's the other thing. Like they're like the winner of this match will be ranked at cruiserweight. Like they're trying to push Jake Paul for a title shot. So it's like, like they're behind him. So you know what? I'm gonna go draw. I think I'm gonna pick a draw.
I mean, if Fury draws with him, that's still a loss in my mind. Like,
yeah, because I think Tommy will outbox.
I mean, you're still family, but you don't ride in the car home. You walk home. That's how niggas used to do you. Like if you fuck up too many times at the basketball court game, like nah, nigga, like.
Well, actually, like, or
you walking home. We'll jump on the whip. We'll jump in the whip, but you walking home, motherfucker.
No, he'll like depending like if he's got the big car, like the minivan with the 3 seats in the back. They'll be like, you'll ride with us, but you got to go in the trunk. Like the trunk, where you got the trunk that's like in the back, that's like it's not connected. You don't have to pop over.
Yeah, exactly.
You
talk about like, look, you gonna ride in the gypsy wagon or some shit. You gonna be in the back with the damn pigs and goats and shit, nigga.
Yeah,
man,
it's funny how Suleiman actually really wants to get this guy to a title, and that's
it's the money, bro. The money, like Dude, if boxers don't fucking wake up and damn start promoting themselves and make meaningful fights and be active, this is what's gonna happen.
Right.
You will jump on YouTube one day and fucking Jake Paul undisputed light heavyweight fight with K9 with K1 or whatever KS1 what's the one Logan fought?
KS1.
KSI.
Yeah, him. I can't be remembering anymore. K9, K1, KRS1.
But the funny thing is too is like with WBC, like that might actually be different because this card actually has a fire co-main. Where we have former 2-weight world champion Badu Jack, aka the Ripper, facing WBC cruiserweight champion Alunga Makabu. Now this is a hell of a fight. I didn't even think a fight. Now this is a fucking co-main. Now, obviously, Badu Jack, we put a lot of respect on Badu Jack for like a 4-year span. Badu Jack had probably some of the toughest competition runs. Like you'll see, like dude had a serious run of competition. What is it? Anthony Durrell.
Fought better competition than Andre Ward.
He did. Anthony Durrell, George Groves, Lucien Boutte, James DeGale, Nathan Cleverly, Superman. Marcus Brown, and then Jean Pascal. That is in a 4-year span. That's what we fought. Like the dude, that was a crazy run of tough competition. And then after the Pascal fight, he kind of took some time off, and then he was fighting. Basically, I think Badu Jack is probably the one fighter that understood his own brand. So he did his own deal, fighting in Dubai because he's Muslim, so he did a lot of his own independent stuff with him, with like Eddie and on stuff like that. And now in his last fight, I think it was an eliminator, and now he's fighting Makabu, who is violent, who is a incredibly violent filled champion. Dude gets into bloody honestly, we've always given respect to cruiserweights for what it was with having bloody fights. This guy is pretty much like the highlight of the post cruiserweight era left from the World Boxing Super Series. This guy gets into brawls every single fucking time he fights. Like
crazy left hook.
Yeah, crazy left
powerful
hook.
right hand.
Yeah, like
he could be hurt. He could hurt you. Like
he's long.
This would be a good ass fucking fight. Actually,
he's long.
This gonna definitely steal the night.
I feel like Makabu's been around forever though. He's very long in the tooth.
Yeah, like, he hasn't. He hasn't lost since he got KO'd by Tony Bellew, and you know that's like almost 7 years ago.
He's had some bad, like some kind of crappy performances though. Like
but losing and bad performances is like two different things though.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he didn't look. I mean, his last fight
because he guys look shitty.
Yeah, he looked terrible in that one, and he probably should have lost that one. But you know, I guess you know Don King has plans for him to keep for him to keep his belt. You know, but also too, I mean, we all know Makabu has gotten to so many wars. He is getting a little long in the tooth. And the funny thing is, I don't think he's even that old, age-wise, you know. But you can't argue.
I think Badu Jack is older than him.
Yeah, Badu Jack is almost 40,
and he got more wear and tear than
Makabu. Dude.
Yeah, Makabu.
But the funny thing is too is like I mean I can still see Badu Jack. I mean I can see Badu Jack beating Makabu. Like it's not like it's out of the realm. You know,
I mean, hold on. What's the over under on Badu Jack starting after the 6th round now?
Yo, I forgot. Yeah, Makabu actually did stop Glenn Johnson too. I almost forgot. He actually did stop him. You know, but that was old.
That Glenn Johnson was like 100 years old.
Yeah.
He sounded like the damn dude in the damn Coming to America barbershop and shit. And Glenn Johnson was like 185. You fuck out of here! Like, if we beat Glenn Johnson in 2003, it don't count. But hold on, I'm seeing the comments of the Paul will KO Tommy. I pilot. We'll see. High ass nigga. Shout out to Miss 702. Happy birthday.
To who?
Who birthday it is?
It's not my birthday.
Maybe is it your birthday, Miss 702?
If it's your birthday, happy birthday, Miss 702. Salute.
Is it Henny God's birthday?
Or is it Henny God's birthday? Yeah, salute to him if it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Henny God. Salute.
Yeah.
Jacob, intriguing could be boring. This shouldn't be pay-per-view though.
No,
I feel you, conscious. None of these damn fights that be coming on should be pay-per-view. Like,
no, I just give respect to because I think it's still a solid fight. Like I mean, you know, they both. Yeah.
I'd rather it be a good, solid fight on pay-per-view than a crappy fight on pay-per-view. If we're talking pay-per-view,
yeah. And then Android, never seen so many real-time episodes from Top Rank. They're all, and that's funny. Jake Paul keeps on going from Showtime to Triller to this. Like I'm trying to figure out how Top Rank actually got into this particular fight. Like I mean, I'm trying because like, did they get the rights? They must have. But yeah.
They probably did because of Frank Warren and then the whole Tommy shit and
true
Fury connection.
But this is what we talk about. Though, LB is like. Top Rank now is like they were like, oh shit, no, we got Jake Paul, so they're putting all types of like promotion behind it. It's like I was like, what about like, seriously, you know? But
I kind of see the end game Jake Paul is doing though. Like he's gonna fight on everyone's platform and show you that hey, these guys are willing to promote you if they want to, or if they see that they have to do it. And it's just gonna make you wonder because now everyone's gonna have an example of being on the same promotion at some time with Jake Paul, and Jake Paul had more resources allocated to his fight.
Right, and
you just see that with the Zone, Triller, now ESPN,
and Showtime, like dude is
Showtime too. You right.
Yeah, and he's still getting money, and this is the shit that we want. I stay saying like these other fighters should be doing. Like other fighters should be like, yo, let's like do I want to take control of my career? Do I want to be great? Do I want to say, hey, fuck it, I can actually fly off this platform or what? Like this is shit that I'm saying that they should be doing, but Jake Paul is really the only one that actually does it. He's not a pro. He's not a fucking fighter. So and there's a reason.
It's like so many boxers gave y'all the blueprint. Over the years, it's like I don't know what y'all doing. Like either you just don't want to do it, or you don't think, or you think you don't have to do it. And
Right.
Either way, if you're not doing it, don't get mad that your boxing career or you being a celebrity ends when your boxing career ends.
Right. And that's why, again, that's why I give respect to Badu Jack, because Badu Jack, obviously he's fought under, Al Heyman, he's fought under PBC, but he still makes his own moves because he realizes what, and now he got himself a title shot, at an age that, he's advanced and he's definitely been, Badu Jack has definitely been put through the ringer, but so is Makabu, so it could either, I can see what Pilot is saying, like, it could be boring, which I don't think it is, because I have yet to see
how many Badu Jack fights are boring though.
Yeah, exactly. They're not, and neither is Makabu.
Even if they start out slow, they always get to a point where you're like, oh shit, okay, all right, here we go, yeah, like,
yeah, like a boring. Yeah, I honestly can't. I'd have to really think hard to think of a boring Badu Jack fight, especially in his prime. Like he doesn't.
There's more boring Andre Ward fights than there's boring Badu Jack fights.
Yo, facts. That's straight facts too.
And I say that because people be calling Badu Jack the great value Ward, and I'm just like, I feel like he's had the more entertaining career to look at.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, if any of those fights I mentioned that he fought, like even the Pascal fight, this was an old Pascal, and he got a fight of the year out of him. DeGale is probably that was a fight of the year right there. Like, Butte was a hard fight. Like, Rose was, to me, was a fight of the year candidate. Like, to me, like, dude, even Superman, this fight with Superman.
Yep.
Although, people criticize him for not fighting the first 6 rounds or whatever.
And then he got hurt in the second half.
Yeah, and that's what cost him the light heavyweight title, the lineal title too. Like, if Superman didn't land that one body shot, that should, he would have won the fight.
Superman, what's with these southpaws landing these damn crazy body shots in the second half when they need them most?
Exactly.
Badu Jack and Thurman, I know they got to be hitting themselves for them getting hit with them shits.
Hell yeah, but if I had to pick someone that's like, hey, gun to my head, who do you think would win? I think I'll go with Badu Jack, at least to pull off one more time. He'll probably decision Makabu, not knock him out, but I'm thinking maybe like a 115, 113-ish type of fight. What about you, LB?
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I think Badu Jack. You know what? Is Badu Jack due for a draw?
He has 3 of them already, bro.
But I mean, it's been a while. Like, I might be safe here and just say a Badu Jack draw.
And I wouldn't be mad. I mean, his last draw was with Superman. We all think that shouldn't have not been a draw, but when you have
the Superman should have won that. That's why. The fuck. Of course. Shit, Superman all day. Oh, no, okay. The Popeye fight was boring. His last.
I didn't think it was boring. I thought that was like the best fight on that damn card. Although I do think
it's boring for Badu Jack standards.
Yeah, it's true, because that was on Usyk Joshua. That was on the second fight. That was on the second fight. I didn't think it was boring.
I don't think it was boring, but it wasn't some type of great fight. It was like a okay fight.
It was more like Rivera came to fight, and it kind of made shit a little bit hotter than probably Badu Jack wanted.
Yeah, but damn, that doesn't sound like a boring fight though. Like
it wasn't. I didn't think it was boring.
Yeah, like how y'all niggas just calling that shit a boring fight? Like, I mean, cause boring, like we have to throw like Marquez Gainer, like Rigondeaux, Casemiro, like those are boring ass fights. Like,
yeah, like the fights that were on that main card, cause that Usyk Joshua card, like there were some there were some low key, there were good fights and some
decent fights on that.
Yeah, they were. They
be bringing out the little scraps for Joshua cards.
Yeah, like I don't remember anything boring. Like Callum Smith scored a brutal KO. Hrgovic and Zhang was kind of, it was more surprising that Zhang was actually in the fight. And Tabiti, who I don't even like as a fighter, even scored a stoppage. I mean, so did Ramla Ali. So it's like, yeah, I don't remember anything of a bad fight on there.
Yeah, y'all got me on that one. All right, but yeah, Badu Jack by like Damn, a draw or more majority decision. You know what? Fuck it. I want to see. I want to see him win. Battle Jack majority decision.
There we go. P, what about you?
I like Jack, but I think he gets knocked out. To be honest.
Damn.
I think Makabu stops him. And
again, you can see that because Makabu, like I said, he hits incredibly hard, and dude has a taste for blood and war and fades. So
I think Jack is the southpaw, right?
No,
sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. No, sorry. Makabu's the southpaw.
Makabu's the southpaw.
Sorry, I meant Makabu's southpaw, right?
Yeah.
So I could see another clash of heads between those two. Oh my gosh, and see it.
I hope not. Nathaniel, no, the Popeye fight was not a draw. Like Battle Jack won it on the cards. He won it. It was unanimous.
I was saying, I could see because Makabu's a southpaw. I could see that. I could see a clash of heads ending this fight.
Oh Lord, like you want that? What was that? The Marcus Brown fight, right? Or
yeah,
I could see this all over again.
Yeah, no, but Marcus Brown.
This is the beginning of the year too. Like it could happen.
Yeah, that Marcus Brown fight was still so fucking dirty. I couldn't believe, Jesus Christ, it's just, and again, no one thought anything of it at the time because we didn't realize this was the shit. That was the shit that the nigga was on. That creating those fucking slashes in the middle of the fucking forehead. Like, god damn, Marcus Brown is a dirty motherfucker, man. Jeez. That cut still gives me the shivers too because you can see the nigga's thoughts in that cut. That shit was gross, nigga. Like
that whole year was just nasty cuts. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
And when you finally got his cut out of your mind, the fucking Fury gets his nasty ass cut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was just a brutal year. And Marcus Brown's dirty. Yeah, and that was the only fight where Marcus Brown got away with that shit to actually win a fight. He didn't get away with Pascal. He tried that shit with Pascal, and he opened himself up doing that.
Pascal don't play that shit. Pascal knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, and
with that overhand right too, he ain't gonna miss with that shit.
Right, and then of course, what happened in the Better Beef fight? He did that shit with Better Beef, and Better Beef, took some years off his career because of it. So, damn, dirty motherfucker, man. But but it's sad though. The Jake Paul card at least has. They actually build something, and of course they have like Ashton Sylvie who signed with Jake Paul. Then they're trying to salute him. They're trying to he's like 7-0. They're trying to really get him to a title shot by this 10 fight or whatever. So yeah, Jake Paul. It seems like Jake Paul cards actually have a rhyme and reason, which is also again,
it sounds like a real boxing person puts those cards together. That's what it is.
Facts. And it's like why can't some of the other Eddie needs to actually learn from him on that one. It's
Jake Paul is going to everybody platform and giving them their biggest event.
Exactly, and that
he's literally collecting all the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, and
or the Infinity Stones, or whatever the fuck you want the metaphor you get. But
yeah, and that's low key a problem. But in a way,
it is.
Yeah, because don't let Jake Paul actually get some real world. Get some more Serranos. Be it if it's a woman or another, or even more men that actually have talent like that. Like Jake Paul's future is probably in promoting, not his actual boxing. His boxing is just like say it's just to get what he's doing started. But let him get more work.
Yeah, but it's almost like Floyd with the exhibitions. It's like, why not get this money? And Jake Paul, kind of like what you just said, like he has to box to kind of see how far he could go with it, and build that network and the relationships that he's building with all these different promoters and networks and all that shit. And
right,
who knows, like, if Jake Paul becomes a player in the boxing game where he's like the Zone or a Showtime or a Top Rank, it might be a wrap for motherfuckers.
Yeah, like when Jake Paul went off Triller died.
Yeah, but what if Jake Paul was to create his own shit from scratch? He would literally be the HBO of these motherfuckers the way he moving so far.
You know, exactly. So yeah, so like I mean, low key.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, low key. Every other promotion right now needs to really keep an eye on Jake Paul and what they're doing because Jake Paul, like I said, it's only a matter of time before they're like, you know what? Let me sign with Jake Paul. At least I'll get the exposure I'm looking for. Like Amanda Serrano, we talk about Amanda Serrano, how she's benefited from the exposure with being with Jake Paul. Like it only takes like more fighters who they feel like are underappreciated. They're like, let me see what this Jake Paul money is all about. Like I'm gonna get the spotlight. You know, I might be, and bam, you know, Jake Paul he's a player by default now, but he might even be a bigger player if he plays his cards right in the next couple of years.
So by default, he already one of the biggest players.
Yeah, because I mean, eventually,
just let him keep winning and get a title. Just imagine what he could do in a couple of years.
Yeah, if Jake Paul somehow ends up with a cruiserweight title or even a fucking bridgerweight, and honestly, like you said before, he probably should go to bridgerweight. You know, I mean, bridgerweight right now is still unfocused. Right now, I mean, they've only had one fight still. You know, in terms of the official like bridgerweight title. You know, and, yeah. Honestly, if Jake Paul picks up a world title. His promotion is gonna go to the moon because people are gonna want him on their platform against some fight. I mean, even have
people gonna want to sign to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. I mean, you even have like people like established, experienced fighters like Bradis, you know, wanting to fight him and making like struggle rap songs or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, they people are seeing it. Like, so yeah, boxing needs.
Hey, yo, fuck that. Let's make Paul make Spence Crawford. I think he could get it done.
Yo, honestly, truly, facts. You know, cause
he got Taylor Serrano done. I mean, has anybody has Crawford? Anybody ever talked to them yet about making Spence Crawford?
Honestly, he should actually do it. He should be like, you know what, do that, and buy it if he can get to go to bid, be the highest bidder, and show him how to actually do that shit. I mean, if he does that, he'll get enough respect if he actually pulled that shit off. But
hell yeah!
But I'm just
Jake ain't beating no title holder at cruiserweight. Nah.
I mean, that might. Let's put it this way. I mean, we've seen some of these promotions try to gift wrap a title to fighters of struggle means. I mean, that's how Chavez Jr. got the fucking WBC.
I think he was gonna mention his name.
Yeah, I had to, bro. Fuck that nigga, man. I had to mention that nigga, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chavez Jr. is a thorn on my side, bro. He should have never.
And the thing is, because I think it was his birthday not too long ago. I think I seen like the IG with his dad and
I saw
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about you when I seen it. I was like, I know Pat would have a joke right now. Like motherfucker, you don't deserve this cake. Like, it ain't no birthday.
Yeah, nigga, I would have bogarted. If I was there, I would have took that cake. I was like, give me this cake, you fat motherfucker.
Give me this fucking cake.
I'm gonna see her eat this shit. Oh shit. And
where's Omar? Here, Omar, here's your cake. Like, the fuck out of here.
Hey, yo, Henny got
man. But that's why we said Bridgerweight's better for Jake, but if Jake could get the easy looks at cruiserweight, then hey, just ride it till the wheels fall off. I guess. Fuck.
Right. Either that, or someone knocks him out. Like a couple of things. Jake Paul's not gonna stop until someone knocks him out. Like decision. Yeah. Someone's got.
And hopefully it's Tommy this week, or maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah. No. But yeah.